I had a chance to check out the town of Mason, Texas on a little weekend tour around Texas Hill Country areas, where one of the gigs I played was at Dreamland Dripping Springs. Mason is over 100 miles and about a 2-hour drive northwest of Austin, Texas. It's in the northern part of the Texas Hill Country, and getting there is a pretty nice drive along rolling hills and open land. Population of this little town is just above 2,000 people, so it is pretty small and quaint. It's actually named after Fort Mason, which is right in the area, and it was overlooking a plateau where they could get a good look of the surrounding prairie and guard against Native Americans in the mid-1800s. So originally there was a lot of real old Western influence here from the fort and the horses and stables and blacksmith shops and hospitals. And a bunch of people that were at the fort were Civil War generals, some that were for the Union and some for the Confederacy, including Robert E. Lee served here before the Civil War. Mason does recognize themselves as a tennis town. They call themselves the winningest tennis town in Texas because they've got 96 state University Interscholastic League championships here, which is a lot compared to the other towns in Texas. They're also really proud to boast that they're the place where they found the largest gem quality topaz here. And going around, there's quite a lot of outdoorsy things you could do, from wildflower trails to a limestone cave, and the hunting and fishing and camping and kayaking along the river there. There is still a lot of historic charm to the town, and it seems like it's been preserved to the original history of it. From the stone architecture and that look of the Old West, or what you might call a frontier town. So they don't have a lot of chain restaurants here. They just have a lot of local businesses all around the square. They do have a vibrant local culture and community there with fairs and seasonal events where they do often feature live music sometimes. One of them is every second weekend in July when they've got their Roundup Rodeo Parade and Festival. They also have Old Yeller Days here because Fred Gibson, who wrote that book Old Yeller, was from here. And they actually had a market going on there around the square when I was walking around on this Saturday afternoon. Going around that historic square, you could find antiques and markets and Western wear and a museum and restaurants and bars and quite a few wineries. And they even have a THC beer company there. One of the big notable things that Mason is known for is their courthouse building. Going back to 1909, it was actually burned in an arson fire just a few years ago in 2021, but it's been restored recently, including they put a crown on top of it. In addition to that cool looking courthouse, on the square, they've also got an old jail right there that goes back to 1894. Also, one of the things folks will ask you if you go to Mason is if you went to Cooper's Pit Barbecue, because they've got the original Cooper's location here going back to 1953. There's now quite a few Cooper's barbecues around Texas, and I did end up stopping there to get some barbecue. Back there on the square, in terms of entertainment and live music, they've got Odeon Theater. This is the oldest continuously operating theater in West Texas, going back to 1928, but they do play concerts there as well. In terms of live music around the square, a popular spot for eating that also has live music is Willow Creek Cafe and Club. Tebow's Bar and Mercantile, they also sometimes have live music. And there's a place called Sandstone, Cellars Winery. They'll have events with live music, so they have it sometimes there too. But we can go to another Texas Hill Country spot, Dripping Springs. That's one of the places where I played a gig this weekend. I had a good time playing music for the folks hanging out here at Dreamland Dripping Springs.
Building a door is better than building a wall. Screaming out your window, you won't make a friend at all. When you're looking for the lost and found, 'cause you lost your way around, you might get to thinking you're struggling, you got no place to fall. Building a door is better than building a wall.
So that's your look at some of the Texas Hill Country. I post all about touring around Texas and the music scene of Texas here on my YouTube channel. So you could click on my channel and check out those thumbnails and see which topics are interesting to you. Give those videos a view, and thank you for giving this video a view.